Alright guys, today we're gonna be reacting to what Germans eat for Christmas. We saw a video about how Germans celebrate outside of their own home, like street food, right? Very interesting. There was a couple ones that I would like to just jump and see again. I would like to see more meat in these ones. I don't know why, but something about meat, red meat, I just love it. I don't know why. The pastry is very good though. The pastry is just top notch. But I'd like to see more of this stuff and see where we can go from here. We're in Christmas, so let's just enjoy the Christmas spirit and also food, of course. By the way, enjoy the Discord. Links in the description. Jump in.
Yeah.
Before we get into the food though, let's quickly discuss the German Christmas dates and vocabulary because there's some differences.
Mini lesson.
Yeah, December the 24th is Christmas Eve in English, and in German it is heiligabend, which literally translates to holy evening. And then December the 25th is Christmas Day in English, and in German it's Weihnachten or erster Weihnachtstag, meaning the first day of Christmas. But then also December 26th is Boxing Day. It's a national holiday in Germany and is called zweiter Weihnachtstag, which means second day of Christmas.
Very original. I like that name.
Yeah, we just have another day of Christmas.
So the 26th is not a federal holiday in the US. Most people either go to work on that day or
Man, I hate that. It's like there's no Christmas spirit. Tell me about this. Christmas, the 25th, and then the next day you have to work. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Make no sense, man.
use one of their PTO days or vacation days for the 26th, the day after Christmas.
Stupid.
However, a few states in the US do have that as a state holiday, like South Carolina, North Carolina, and I think Texas is another one of them.
Just to prevent confusion, but let's get
3 states.
started with the food. Number 1, roasted duck and goose. The two most popular dishes eaten in Germany on Christmas Day are Gänsebraten or Entenbraten, which are like roasted goose and roasted duck. This is a bit of a surprise to me because we almost always had a turkey on Christmas Day. I think maybe my parents' generation still had the goose a lot, but my mom never liked how fatty the goose is, and that's why us as children, we always had turkey. But in general, you see a lot of birds for sale at the...
Well, man, I never ate goose before. I ate duck, but never the goose. So this will be interesting.
Supermarkets around this time of the year.
There really are a lot of frozen duck and goose and turkey during this time of year. The supermarkets are full of them, and probably by now they're all sold out.
Yeah, but this dish is usually served with red cabbage, which is so good, like Semmelknödel, which are like red dumplings, or Kartoffelknödel, which are like potato dumplings. Sometimes just potatoes by themselves, or Spätzle, and then some greens or other things on the side.
That works.
Honestly, it sounds a lot like what Americans have for Thanksgiving. Just replace the duck and the goose with a giant turkey, and we have the stuffing, the greens, the Brussels sprouts.
Thanksgiving in the US, you dump the turkey in Greece? Okay, that's a new one.
And everything else. But diving into the data here, there are two websites, Statista and Lebensmittelverband, which is like food association.
Yeah.
They did surveys in Germany with about 1,000 people each, and it does show that the most eaten dish for Christmas is roast duck or goose. One of the surveys actually had 2 separate categories for heiligabend and Weihnachten, and a majority of the people said that they eat the roast duck and goose for Christmas Day.
Oh, isn't that something, huh? So the turkey came later.
But heiligabend was a little different.
Exactly.
Although I do wonder how diverse this survey is. What is the age and the region demographics? Because I'm sure that is very dependent on what people eat.
Huge Christmas staple number 2 is Würstchen and Kartoffelsalat. A classic.
Hey, shout out to the German guy, man. Shout out to the German guy. He's killing it, man. He's killing it, man. He's very into it. I like him.
Which is basically wieners and potato salad. This is apparently the go-to Heiligabend Christmas Eve dish for most Germans in Germany. And weirdly, I never had that. So I always wondered if people are really eating that much. Maybe let us know in the comments. Also, Christmas Eve is kind of one of the biggest deals when it comes to Christmas in Germany, almost more important than the first Christmas Day. But yeah, I bet the type of sausage that people are eating on Christmas Eve depends kind of on the region in Germany that you're from. There are a lot of
You see me just looking at the sizes, my little baby's there.
local butchers in our area, and they boost up the Wurst sales during this time of the year, definitely.
Yeah,
course,
I think
they have
that's
to make
interesting
money.
that you said the sausages are on Christmas Eve because one of the surveys separated the two, heiligabend and weihnachten, and they said for Christmas Eve the majority was sausage and potato salad.
Yeah.
But it also specified a certain region of Germany, so that's why I wonder where they're pulling these surveys from.
Yeah, absolutely. That separation between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. In Germany, those are essentially two different holiday days with their own traditions.
It's the same in Puerto Rico. I mean, Christmas Eve is so important in Puerto Rico. Nochebuena. My God, you go all the way out there, man. All the way out when it comes down to food. Oh, man, you have the pork roasting for a lot of hours on the outside. Then you have the rice with gandules. Mashed potato with eggs, with ham and onions in it. Oh, my God, it's so good, man. I'm telling you, folks.
And a lot of people have specific meals for each of those 2 or 3 days. But weirdly, we always had meat fondue on Christmas Eve instead of wieners, so I never had that. Alright, the next one is gonna be Rind and Schweinebraten. So this third one is a very popular dish as well. Rinderbraten, which is like beef roast, or Schweinebraten, which is pork roast. We've definitely had that on Heiligabend or Weihnachten before. I'm not sure which one, but we usually celebrate Christmas Eve with my sister's family, and they make different food every year.
Yeah.
So I think 2 years ago we had Schweinebraten, all of the normal side dishes like Knödel, Kartoffel, red cabbage, and it's always just so good.
Yeah, I'm hungry just thinking about it.
Just a quick moment, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you would like so. It really helps us out. And if you want to further support us, you can do that on patreon.com/DianaandPhil. We have different kinds of benefits, make more videos there. Just check it out if you want to. And right now we want to give a big shout out to our family member Patreons.
Big thank you to Marcus.
Hey, that's a good Patreon, man. Yeah, they keep... You guys don't have no idea how important Patreon is. It just keeps the show running.
Audensman, Fred42, Ethan Mitchell, Heather Kuffner, Hasten Metro, Shar Mills, Tarek Malkosh, Stephanie Vend,
Jörg Michels, Megan Rosati, Shannon Bradley, Sean and Alex, Klaus Eisert, Holden Gilbert, Lee Lim, Robert J. Casper, and Roger Lübke. Big thank you to you guys, but now back to the video. Number 4 is gonna be raclette and fondue.
Fondue. Yeah, some other popular dishes mentioned in the surveys are raclette and fondue. We've never had this for Christmas time since I've known you, but we did that for New Year's Eve, I remember. Sylvester a few times, actually.
That's true. It's very popular for New Year's Eve too. Yeah, so raclette, is that how you said it in English? Raclette is a Swiss dish, and it's like heating cheese and scraping off like the melted part. The at-home version is usually with like an electric kettle tabletop.
Man, that looks fire. That looks nice. So you have wings and broccoli. I guess those ham. A pincho. A stick with meat. That's how they call the Puerto Ricans. Pincho. It's a stick with a lot of meat in it. It tastes good. You put some barbecue and a little bread on top. Ooh, man. We're talking about good stuff. And then you have chicken at the bottom, underneath.
Top grill and little pans you put in, and then you like stack meat and bread and veggies and cheese and everything in that little pan, and then grill it or melt them on that thing. It's pretty fun, but it can be slow if the electric tabletop versions are not like powerful enough, and I feel like they never are.
Yeah, fondue is pretty similar but
Fondue,
different.
fondue,
It's more of a melted cheese pot, and you dip things in it like cheese or bread into a giant delicious cheese pot. If you're from the US and you've ever heard of the melting pot restaurant, that's a fondue style restaurant, and I think it's pretty good.
There's a restaurant called the Melting Pot?
Yeah, self-explanatory.
Why haven't I been there?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if you have anything dipping, any sauce dipping, there's probably a restaurant in the United States that's about that deep sauce.
I don't know, it's a little expensive.
For me, for the longest time, fondue was a boiling pot of oil, and then you stick raw pieces of meat on metal sticks into it. That's what my family's way of fondue was on Christmas Eve.
Hey.
Where's the cheese?
Yeah, we didn't have any cheese with that. So I wonder, were we the only ones doing fondue that style? Please,
Hey, man. Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
if you did it that
if you were the only one doing it, man, hey, it's okay. In the village of God, there's everything, man, and you happen to be one of those, man.
way.
That's
Don't
it.
let me hang
Just
here.
let it go,
Just
man.
let me know as well. And the last point is just other dishes that are common in Germany or that we've eaten. For example, we've also had goulash with Spätzle for heiligabend before, or pork fillet for Christmas Day, or cabbage roulades.
Oh my God.
For Christmas Eve. Basically all kinds of hearty, traditional, meaty dishes with potatoes, dumplings, etc. There better be gravy as well.
Yeah, the past 2 Christmas holidays that I've spent here in Germany, we've been with Phil's family, and we've eaten different food each time. And one Heiligabend we had a goose with knödel and Brussels sprouts. I think this year we're supposed to have Kohlroulade for Heiligabend,
yeah.
right?
Defo.
I think that's what your mom said. This year's Weihnachten is going to be very similar to what I'm used to eating for Thanksgiving. I think I'm even going to try making sweet potato crunch for your family to try for the first
That
time.
would be so nice. But bottom line, yeah, I thought about that too when I first experienced Thanksgiving. That our Christmas is just we eat the same stuff.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Rice and beans. Okay, that's about right. But dumping a turkey, man, I never heard that before, man. It looks cooked. It looks nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like that kind of food, but I can't eat it all the time.
Yeah, those are some common dishes eaten during the Christmas time here in Germany. And let us know what is on your menu for this year, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, whatever. Or if
Mine's gonna be pineapple ham with rice with gandules. I don't know how to say gandules in English. With ham and plantain paste that I made because I make pastelas, Puerto Rican pastelas in it. I was thinking to just go to the Chinese supermarket and grab a couple of crabs and just mash them and just add them as well, some mashed potato and coquito, because I already have pastelas coquito with alcohol. It's a mix of the mainland and Puerto Rico, man. Good mix. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you, man. Group with you, man. These people know their stuff, man. I love them. They're very good people. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.